The Screaming Orphans not only have new material out, but they're also touring. And in fact, they are playing at Leo's in Crawley this coming Tuesday night, the 31st. The Screaming Orphans, four diverse sisters from Bundoran: Joan, Angela, Grania, and Marie Therese. And they came from a musical family because their mother, Kathleen, was a well-known Cayley singer. She played shows not only here in Ireland, but also in England and in Germany. And then when the girls hit their teenage years, they formed their own band, a Celtic pop band, and wrote their own material. And they've played with the likes of Sinead O'Connor, Peter Gabriel, and the Chieftains down through the years. Anyhow, I'm delighted that two of the sisters, Grania and Joan, are joining me now and streaming as well. Good afternoon, ladies.
Good afternoon, John.
How are you doing
Hello
today?
from Bundoran.
Pardon?
Hello from Bundoran.
Well, yeah,
Just down the road.
good part of the world. I hope the weather's better there than it is here.
Do you know it's wet?
Yeah. How are things going? You've new material out and you're touring, so things must be good with the Screaming Orphans.
We do. We just have released a new pop single, and it's coming out November 3rd. So that's why we're doing just a couple of wee shows up to the release. But it's in the past. I know for in May, was it, or June? Was it June or whatever? God, I forget. We actually released some Irish music, so we had a folk album.
Yeah.
So, this is our pop offering.
Well, folk with a twist.
Yeah, folk with a twist. Yeah, you're right. Folk with a twist.
Yeah.
Because it's got a pop leaning as well.
And
very much.
And that material and those songs and the way that they were on the album, that must go down well live.
It does. It does. We do a lot of touring in the US, and it's very popular. I suppose it's popular with a lot of people, not even people with Irish heritage. I think because we always had the pop element to. Now some of the songs, some of the the more traditional songs and the folk songs, we actually play in a very traditional way. But the ones that we add as sort of a pop twist to, they really seem to appeal to people who have, especially in the US, people who may not have Irish heritage. So it's a great mix. So it pulls the whole crowd in because it's interesting for the people that know these Irish songs from their parents, grandparents, to hear a new twist on it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But I'd imagine that a lot of people who come to your shows in the States, that there would be some Irish connection and there might be some familiarity with these songs.
Oh, there is. And that's why at times we like to do something just a wee bit different with them. So especially for the younger people, because I always think it's great to pull in the younger people. We always feel like we do with the sort of more pop twists, because they listen to the song and they say, oh, that's a great song. I love that song. And then they go onto Spotify, YouTube or whatever, and they start looking it up and they find the old versions of it. And many people have come up to us and said, oh, because we mention a lot of people as well at our shows that would have, recorded it before us many years. So, because it's a learning experience, you like to teach people about your culture and your songs.
Absolutely. And isn't it great to bring more people into the fold, if you like, for traditional songs and folk songs, and then, they'll go off wherever, Spotify, whatever, and they'll discover some of the original artists. And whatever the entry point, it's great.
It is. And but this latest single we have, Stop, it's kind of like the other arm of us, isn't it, Joe?
It's kind of more our pop side. We always love our pop music as well as our Irish and, traditional, and mixing the two. But so this is our more pop lead. And we're working on a new pop album at the moment as well. And we're back producing it with John Reynolds, Sinead's producer.
Yeah.
Sinead's first.
Yeah, which has been a very successful collaboration with you. And when you were recording the song as well, you got a great backing vocalist, Lucy Jules.
Yes. Amazing backing vocalist. We want
sang.
to steal and bring her on tour with us.
Yeah, she sang for years with George Michael. So how did you manage to get Lucy on board?
Well, do you know, actually, it was, she happened to be in with John in the studio, and we had actually sent across, a couple of songs and like demos to John, and he was actually playing it. He was just, doing a wee bit of working on it, saying, oh, maybe you should, drop this, just like he's amazing. So she happened to come into the studio, and she was working with John on some other track, because John works with many. This is when he was in London still. He actually has moved now to Ireland. He's moved a studio to Ireland, which is brilliant. But she happened to be working on some other music that he was doing, and he played it for her. And she said, oh, I love that. She said, I know exactly what I would sing, she said, if that was like a George song. And she just got up at the mic and sang it. And John says, do you mind if I tape you? And she says, no problem. And she said she would be delighted to sing on it. And it was so amazing. Yeah. We couldn't believe it.
Yeah, well, it was your lucky day, wasn't it?
Lucky day, yeah. Lucky day.
And you know, as you mentioned there, you guys do a lot of touring in the States, so it takes you away from home quite a bit. And I know you've done cruises in the past and festivals. So, a wide variety. And then when we're in the States, there's, a long time, it's like there's long distances involved. And as a result, you don't go over there for a week and come home.
No, that is the thing. It's incredibly long distances between shows. It's always really funny. We come home, to drive to Dublin is like just the road to us, because in general, we will always drive to a gig that is 12 hours. We don't consider that like anything major. When things start to go into we rarely fly to 18 or 19 hour gigs. Like if we go to Florida, we would drive. Now we drove to Montana once for a gig, but we're dying to drive to California. We actually have a festival scheduled next year in California, and we were planning, but the problem with it is it cuts off a big, not a big, but a chunk of our time at home. So
yeah, and we love home. Like I could never settle really in America. Mm-hmm. I love Ireland. It's part of it. You can really be creative and write here. Yes. We come home here to recharge and just spend some quality family time, and just kind of, there's nowhere like home, and especially Donegal. Yeah. As Lonely Planet now are telling everyone.
Exactly. Fourth best destination in the entire world.
We're no longer a secret.
No.
We weren't a secret for a long time.
Yeah, it's great to go and tour and connect with people and meet new people and all the rest of it, but it's it's good to get home as well.
Oh, it's great.
There's nothing like it.
But America is a great place for touring, though. It's very much set up for it, the roads, and the hotels, venues. Americans love music. And the thing about America is if you even stop in some little town or little city, there's always a great music scene. There's a great music venue that people actually, they go to, even if they've never heard the band. They actually, because they love music. It's their night out. Oh, there's somebody on tonight. It might be a Tuesday night. So they'll actually go with their friends because they like to discover new music. And luckily there still is, that in America. There are a lot of people who, like to discover music still through the old fashioned way of going to see a band that was touring, passing through, instead of, Spotify and, YouTube and all that.
Which is fine up to a point, but it's
fine up to a point.
Nothing can hide the excitement of discovering a band live. It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And when you're on these mammoth journeys from place to place, who does the driving?
Our other sister, Mary Trace.
Mary Trace, the quiet one. If we have to go somewhere in a hurry, I do it. Yes, I have lead foot.
I'm just on the GPS and Google Maps.
And if Angela was driving, we would never get there. It would take 3 months because she doesn't want to hit anything. Yeah. She drives
she's terrified of hitting an animal.
She's cautious. She's a careful driver.
I nearly hit a fly there. It's like she is so worried that an animal will come across the road, and we're crying in the car going, please, Angela.
Move on. So is Mary Trace is the designated driver?
She's like
brilliant.
she's a tank.
Because we were playing in a festival outside Kansas City, and of course with airlines.
When was that?
This is like about
it was
2021.
21. It was the end of 21.
They just shut down the airport and they just cancelled all flights. So it was like, and we had to be back in New York. This was on the Monday afternoon. We had to be back in New York, and they weren't like flying us out until, I don't know, like
Tuesday.
Friday. Or,
no, don't exaggerate.
It was
it was Tuesday.
But anyway, so we made a snap decision, and we were one of the most lucky people. We just got a minivan.
We got the last rental car minivan. Yeah. So we picked it up and we just drove from Kansas.
And Mary Trey drove straight. She drove her hours. She did.
She did the night time. She was going through, because there's something.
Although I didn't sleep either. No, I was her GPS. I didn't sleep.
But things like that, Mary Trey's.
It's great to have her.
It's just fabulous. She just seems to have eyes. She can see deer.
Yeah.
From like 3 miles away. She goes, "There's deer over there." They're a danger at certain times.
Keep her happy. Don't fall out with Mary Trey saying whatever you do.
No, you couldn't fall out with her. She's really easy going. She's the best in the world.
And he's managed 4 sisters and off touring together and recording together and playing together. It can't be easy.
All the time.
Yeah. We're weird.
No, we're not. We're not, Joe. No. You know, the thing is, Joe, people always ask that, but I've always said the thing that binds us together, apart from like family ties, because we grew up with each other. We've always played music together, and first and foremost, music is our passion. It's our obsession, and we've always wanted to be in a band, and we know that we are individually, we are not as strong as we are together. Together, we are really strong, and we realized that. We realized that years and years ago. We know that we can't survive without each other. We're one of those bands that if something happens to one of us, we will cease to exist. We could never replace each other, because there's just something about the 4 of us playing together, and the 4 of us, we don't even have to think. We're just tied in. And I suppose we've been at it so long, we are just aiming as well to break the world record. We don't know what it's been, but for the longest active female band.
Yeah, 4
lineup.
Not just for a female band, but 4 sisters. 4 sisters for all those years. Listen, I was going to play Mary from Dunlow, but now you were chatting so much about Stop Stop. I'm going to feel guilty if I don't play that. So,
so you can play that after.
Play whatever you want.
Whatever your listeners would like.
Whatever you like.
I line up Stop Stop. So, and this is from your new album. This is an album of pop material, but important to remind listeners as well that you did that album of folk songs and traditional songs earlier in the year. So people can expect anything then at Leo's.
Anything. Yeah, anything. We'd like to surprise, and we don't like to stick to anything. We like to watch the crowd. I think it's been brought up entertaining, and that's why we don't stick to one thing, because to cut one thing off, from your creative output, and just to concentrate on one thing is like cutting off part of yourself. Because we love our Irish music, we love tunes, we love ballads, we love folk songs, and we love pop music.
Okay, well, it's hard to pin a genre on you there.
Yes.
Therefore, okay, well, it's next Tuesday night, 31st, down in Leo's in Crawley, and the best luck with the album and the mini tour. Grania and Joan from the Screaming Orphans. Thank you.
Thanks for all the support and playing the music. Thanks.
All right.